My mother said I owed Derek a kidney since I was the healthy one. I built a life she'll never see. I was 26 when my mother, Linda, sat me down at her kitchen table and told me, like she was reading off a grocery list, that I was going to get tested to donate a kidney to my older brother Derek. Not asked, told. Derek's kidneys had been failing for 2 years, the slow result of diabetes. He never managed the way his doctors begged him to. I loved my brother. I did not love being informed of my own surgery. You're the healthy one, Linda said. Derek has a family. You don't even have a boyfriend right now. You can afford to be down for a few months. I asked if Derek had even been matched with me. He hadn't. Nobody had run a single test. My mother had simply decided, the way she decided most things in our house since I was a kid, that whatever Derek needed, I would supply, and whatever I needed could wait. When we were teenagers, she'd pulled $400 out of my first paycheck to cover Derek's car insurance and called it helping family. When I got into a state university with a partial scholarship, she'd asked why I couldn't go somewhere cheaper so there'd be more left over for Derek's tuition at a private school. I went anyway, on loans, alone. I told her I needed time to think about a major surgery. She heard that as no. After everything we've done for you, she said, you'd let your brother die. Derek wasn't dying. He was on dialysis, stable, on a transplant list. But stable didn't fit the story Linda was telling herself, so she told it louder. She called my Aunt Rhonda. She called my cousin Priya. Within a week, I was the villain at every family gathering I wasn't invited to anymore. My father, Walter, texted me exactly once. Your mother's pretty upset. Might be easier if you just did it. I didn't answer that one. I got tested anyway, quietly, on my own terms, at my own hospital, without telling her. I wasn't a match. Different blood type entirely. When I told my mother, she didn't apologize for the months of guilt. She said, well, you should have known that sooner. Like the failure to be compatible with her plan was mine. That was the last real conversation we had. I left the family group chat. I blocked the number Linda called me from when I didn't pick up her first one. My father sent 2 more texts over the next year, both about money, neither about me. I didn't reply to those either. I moved 40 minutes away, to a smaller apartment I could actually afford, and put everything I had into work. I was a data analyst then, quiet, competent, overlooked at home my whole life for someone louder. I stopped being overlooked at the office. I asked for the projects nobody wanted. I learned the systems nobody else would touch. 2 years after I went no contact, I was leading a team. 3 years after, a director at a competitor recruited me with a salary that would have made my mother's kitchen table math laughable. I bought a townhouse last spring, alone, and nobody helped me with the down payment. Derek got his kidney, eventually, from the deceased donor list, about a year after I stopped speaking to our mother. My Aunt Rhonda told me, unprompted, over a wedding I did attend, because Rhonda never fully signed on to the group chat's version of events. She also mentioned, carefully, like she was testing the ground, that Linda had been asking about me. Whether I was doing okay, whether I'd gotten married, whether I was still angry. I told Rhonda I wasn't angry. I told her I was just busy living somewhere Linda's math didn't apply anymore. A few months ago, my father finally called. Not texted, actually called. He didn't apologize either, not really, just talked around it. Mentioned Linda wasn't doing great, mentioned maybe I could reach out sometime. I asked how Derek was. He said good, really good actually, back at work, kids doing well. I said I was glad. I didn't mention the townhouse. I didn't mention the title, or the promotion, or the fact that I hadn't needed anyone's kidney, or anyone's permission to build any of it. He'd hear about it eventually, the way families always do. I never reminded him I'd been right. I didn't have to.